If you've been looking into the courier business, chances are you probably heard a lot of mixed messages. One person is saying, start with these apps. Another person is saying, skip apps and go straight to contracts without even explaining contracts. Another person says, you need a cargo van or a box truck. Or somebody else is saying, you need this complex business setup and all these certifications. And that's exactly why many people are stuck and confused. Because most people talk about the courier business like there is literally only one way in and one way to win. And that is not true. There are different lanes in this industry, different entry points, different income models, different levels of control, and different ways to build depending on where you are, what you have, and what you're trying to build. That's why on my channel, I teach what I call the D&G Way, the 4 levels of the courier business that I actually personally went through. I don't believe in confusing people, and I don't believe in making people feel like they have to copy somebody else's exact path just to be successful. I believe in helping people understand the lanes so that they can choose the one that actually fits them. So in this video, I'm going to break down how to start a courier business in 2026 using my 4 levels framework. I'm going to explain what each level is, how the money and relationships work at each level, and how to know where you should actually start. And let me say this up front. The 4 levels are not a forced ladder. The 4 levels are not a forced ladder. You don't have to start at level 1 and slowly climb your way up like that is the only option. Some people should start with apps at level 1. Some people should start with contracts at level 2. Some people are ready to manage drivers and have vehicles at level 3. And some people are ready to go after direct contracts at level 4. This is about choosing the right lane for your season. And let me clear up one thing really early. Vehicle size does not determine the level. The level is determined more by the business model, the contract structure, and who holds the relationship. A bigger vehicle may expand the kind of opportunities you can take because you have more capacity, but it does not automatically mean you're at a higher level. I have personally operated at level 4 with just a car, literally a Ford Focus, before later adding cargo vans. And even some government contracts, including USPS opportunities, can allow SUVs to start out at level 4. So keep that in mind as we go through all of this. Let's begin with the levels. Level 1, the independent contractor level. Level 1 is the level that most people are already familiar with. This is your app-based work, the gig platforms, flexible on-demand work, and fast cash opportunities. This is where many people start because it usually is the easiest level to access. You can often get started faster compared to the other levels. You can usually use the vehicle you already have, and you can begin earning without needing a full business structure on day 1. Level 1 is usually best for people who need fast money, flexibility, an easy starting point, experience, or a way to learn the flow of delivery work. And I want to be very clear here. Level 1 matters. Level 1 with apps can actually feed you. Apps can help you survive. Apps can help you learn the routes, the timing, the different territories, customer service, and just the overall delivery work flow. So I never want people to hear me talking about the levels and think that level 1 is beneath them. It's not. It's a real and a valid lane in this courier business that you can use strategically. Now, does level 1 give you the most control? No, it doesn't. Does it give you the most stability? Usually, no. But does it have the highest ceiling? No, again, it doesn't. It absolutely does have value, though, especially for people who need to get moving quickly. Now, let's move on to level 2. Level 2, subcontractor or courier partner level. Level 2 is where a lot of people begin moving into actual, more responsible contracts. This is when you are working through a middleman. That could be a established courier company, a logistics company, a broker, 3PL, or another provider that already has the work and just needs coverage or capacity. This is where you often start seeing the dedicated routes, the scheduled work, reoccurring deliveries, more structure, and more consistency than just random app orders. This is also where many people start shifting from I'm doing gigs to I'm operating like more so like a regular job. Cars and SUVs may fit things like medical courier work, pharmacy prescriptions, specimens, documents, small packages, bank runs, office supply routes, and light retail. Cargo vans and box trucks may fit larger or higher capacity work. But what makes something level 2 is not the vehicle. What makes it level 2 is that you are getting work through someone else's direct contract. That is the key. And level 2 is strong for people who want to start out without having to go build that direct relationship. But they want more consistency, less randomness, more structure, and reoccurring income. Now, let me say this too. Not all contracts are equal. Some pay per stop, some pay per route, some pay per package, some pay daily. Some are worth it, and some are not. Level 2 is not just about getting a contract. It's about getting the right contract for your situation. Let's move on to level 3. Level 3 is the carrier partner or master contractor level. Level 3 is where things begin to actually shift from just driving to you operating an actual business. Now you're thinking about multiple vehicles, other drivers, multiple contracts and routes, capacity, coverage, and operations. At this level, your money is no longer tied only to you personally being behind the wheel just to make money. That is the major shift, because a lot of people say they want freedom, but they are still building a model where every dollar depends on them personally driving every single mile. You cannot expand if you're the only driver. Level 3 starts to break that. And this level, you may be managing drivers, covering multiple routes, handling overflow work, or building those relationships with companies that need more than one driver. What makes this level 3, it's because it's building capacity beyond yourself. You're operating more like a carrier partner or a master contractor. Now, let me be honest. Level 3 can absolutely increase your income and your leverage, but it also increases your responsibility. Now, you start dealing with hiring, firing, driver reliability, call outs, settlements, route coverage, client communication, and operations. So yes, level 3 can help you scale and grow, but it also requires a different level of maturity, responsibility, and management. Let's move on to level 4. The prime contractor direct vendor level. Level 4 is when you are going direct, not through a middleman, not through a broker, not through a dispatcher, not through a courier company that already holds the relationship and the contract. I'm talking about direct with the product owner, distributor, manufacturer, hospital system, retailer, government entity, or whoever actually owns the work. This is where you become a direct vendor. And this is one of the most important levels to understand. It is the highest level because this is where people finally realize driving for an app is not the same as holding a direct contract. Running under a middleman is not the same as owning the relationship. At level 4, you're thinking about direct outreach, business development, vendor registrations, capability statements, compliance, insurance requirements, professional branding, and direct client relationships. This is where your positioning matters the most. Can you present yourself as a serious transportation vendor? Can you solve a real logistics problem? Can you communicate professionally? Can you fulfill the work if you were to win the contract? That is level 4. And again, this level is not automatically tied to the biggest vehicle. You can be at level 4 with a car, SUV, cargo van, or a box truck, depending on the contract and relationship structure. So, where should you start? That depends on your season. If you need fast cash and flexibility, level 1 may be your lane right now. If you want more structure and reoccurring work through existing or more established providers, level 2 might be your lane. If you want to build beyond just yourself and you're ready to start managing capacity and drivers, level 3 may be your next best move. But if you want to position yourself as a direct vendor and pursue large direct relationships, level 4 may be the lane that you can start at. And there's no shame in whatever level fits your season. The goal is not to impress other people. The goal is to build wisely. So let's get into how to start in 2026 without overcomplicating it. If you want to start a courier business in 2026, here's what I would focus on first. Number 1, decide your lane. Ask yourself questions like, what vehicle do I have? What kind of income do I need? Do I need fast cash, more structure, or scale? Or direct contracts? What level makes the most sense for me right now? Those are the questions to ask when deciding your lane. The next thing, not every opportunity fits every vehicle. Choose what works and makes sense with what you actually already have. Number 3, get your basics in order. At minimum, you want to have a valid driver's license, minimum state insurance, valid registration, and an email and voicemail if you get a call back, a reliable vehicle, and basic business presence if you're aiming at the higher levels. And remember, the contract dictates the insurance. Number 4, learn how the money actually works. Understand the difference between per stop, per mile, per package, per route, per day, and percentage-based deals. Because revenue means nothing if the structure is bad and it may not be profitable. Number 5, build your positioning. Even if you are a beginner, don't present yourself like you're confused, okay? Know your lane, know what kind of work you're targeting, know how to speak clearly and professionally. Number 6, grow as your goals evolve. You may start at one level and stay there for a while, or you may start in one lane and expand rapidly. That's okay. Again, this is not a forced ladder. It's a 4 levels framework to help you move with clarity. Now, here's my final message. If you take nothing else from this video, understand this. The courier business is bigger than just apps, but all the apps actually matter. The courier business is bigger than just contracts, but the contracts matter too. The courier business is bigger than just getting behind the wheel and driving. There are levels to this industry. And when you understand these levels, you can stop moving randomly. You stop comparing your path to everybody else's path. You stop chasing opportunities that don't fit your season. And you start building smarter. So whether you have a car, SUV, pickup truck, cargo van, or a box truck, there is a lane in this industry for you. The question is not whether the courier business can work for you. The question is really, when you're in this industry, which level fits you the best right now? Now, if this video helped you, comment below what part helped you the most. And if you want help understanding the industry even more clearly, grab my 4 levels guide, linked below, and also linked in my channel bio. It breaks down the lanes so you can stop feeling confused and start moving with more strategy. That said, if you need personal help building or starting your courier business the D&G way, you're going to want to click the Calendly link listed in my bio and linked below to schedule your one-on-one consultation. And if you want more videos like this, like and subscribe, because on this channel, I teach the real courier business through the lens of the 4 levels so you can choose the right lane and build wisely and grow with clarity. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video.